What is up, you jive-ass heathen? And me too. What's going on? Well, we're here. Another beautiful day in paradise. We are just kind of kicking it around in Las Cloudia. Not a lot going on here. Yeah, no, who are we kidding? Of course, they dropped a new character, right? And I was just talking to DK yesterday. And I was like, you know, this actually might kind of be a skip for me because my light game is so strong right now. I got melee. Of course, we have Roland. And here we go. Ooh, I'm excited. Starting on a yellow. Regardless, I don't know. It was just like she's going to be another special damage. She's going to be doing light damage. But I did want the arc. Like, the arc on there definitely looks good. So I was like, you know, I'm probably just going to do dailies to try to get the arc. I'll do the first step, because I always at least do the first step of one of these banners when they're up, especially if it's a, air quotations, limited character. So I was like, whatever, I'll do that. And unfortunately, the red that I did get was not the arc. What are you going to do? So it is what it is. But we did get the girl. So she did drop instead of the arc. Let me just go through everything. Make sure. You know what? Here's how sweet Roland is. We'll still do a daily for him. Alright. Oh man. Wailing on Roland, here we go. Oh snap. That's what it took. Yeah, I mean, if you want to give me a dupe of that UR arc, that'd be good. You know, just throwing that out there now. Okay, alright, we'll take that. That is a plus 5%. That is about as much as I can hope for in these. Alright, actually really a dupe of him would have been nice. Oh yeah, that's right. And we got a chance at, you know, I think maybe we just wasted our ride. we threw it up on the wrong banner. Now Kyle is running up alone on a blue. He's trying to get some flashbacks going, and it's like, nah, bro, nah. You're not gonna let me double tap reds. Not today. Sorry, folks. So this is as far as we got. That's it. We stopped right there. The arc does look nice, right? But it will be around. Like, this is nowhere near like a limited type of arc. It's an SSR arc, right? So we will be able to get this thing. I did want to look at the arc reward for this. I haven't seen it yet. Continuous magic barrier effect. Huh. Okay. Okay, they couldn't throw some stun resist on there as well. Okay, alright. I mean, it's alright. Cool, I guess. I mean, not something I'm specifically going to fish for. The arc trait is alright though. Light physical attack damage 20%. Whenever taking a thunder attack, gradually cut magic attack damage taken. Max minus 20% damage, which is very nice. Resets each wave. During counter though, chance to stun. So that is kind of cool. And I wanted to do something with counter. I haven't really got a chance to mess with it all that much. I wanted to try it with like my favorite android and her giant claymore. I don't know. Not gonna really get into that, but this isn't bad, right? I like the stuff that this teaches. Of course, we have counter right here. It's like the starter pack. You're getting fast magic barrier, which is nice to have, and then we get light drive, empty brave. When magic points is 20 or less, strength plus 15%. For 3SC, that might be nice for when you run, for when you run out of MP because of anything that you want, right? So that's not bad. And we have machine high boost. That's awesome to have. Machine equipped physical attack power plus 20% when physically attacking enemy defense minus 10% and deal damage. So it is 9SC, but it is nice to have. Trisla pistol is a machine, just throwing that out there. And we have life fort. Boost defense based on how little hit points is left. Max plus 50%. I know it's 8SC, but 50% is pretty huge. Especially for heroes that are like tanky. Like the lower you get their health, the harder they are to kill. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of characters that are going to want something like this, and especially if you're using name giving and you can cut down your hit points down to 50%. So that's probably already going to give you a decent little defense boost right there. So I would like to have that. That is cool, definitely, for 8SC. I dare say they could have charged 9 for it. Ooh. So that's really why I want this thing, pretty much. And I wasn't sure about the Arc Ether reward until now, but Continuous Barrier effect isn't bad. I just wish we would have got a little more than just Curse Resist, really, if this... Yeah, it didn't. It didn't, though. Would have been nice to get some stun on here. Then I'd go after this thing if it did. Just IMO, everybody. So, and then we have Alice, of course, and you guys already know, everybody knows I love me some Alice, but I was just kind of set back by this. I was like, what? Like, of all the characters that need another shift form, like, we're right back to Alice? I mean, we just had Alice. She branched out into some different elements, and now she's coming back to light element, and she's going to be like a refresh of her original form, just IMO, because she is S4 heavy. She's doing a bunch of special damage. Her special is awesome. I know, I should sound happier. But like, we have characters like Zox sitting there, just waiting. We have, oh man, I get that I'm gonna have to wait for some stupid ass holiday to get like some kind of Roseblood character variation that's actually, worth a spit. Okay, I'm like, great, but really, we don't. Alright, sorry, my bad. Regardless, she is actually effing awesome. For what it's worth, for her S4, that special. I think I'll be able to run her through some Nightmare content right now. I think I have mine at like level 60. But obviously, because she is Alice, and I've taught her other forms things, this is going to be a very easy character to just get right out of the box. Chances are you already have an established build kit for her, right? And this girl's just going to dump that S4 like it's hot and do tons of damage. She charges it quickly on her own, that's what I'm gonna say. She also she has like what, apple pie built in. She has, let's just go in here and run her. I think we can just go right into some God level with her. Where is... You know what? We'll start off at the White Lab. On God mode, we will go with some Spirited Assault. Here she is. And of course, why not rock the Dragon arc for her? It just makes sense with her S4, and it's going to give her good stats. So, also, I was talking to that nerd DK yesterday, and we were discussing The problem that this girl can have, because she does have a break built in, where she herself gets broken, she gets a strength debuff. So I was running mine at like 20, like almost 3,000 strength, and I don't know, she went down to like 1,500 strength. If you have the Trustmaster from the last UR arc that dropped, it will ignore that. And I do believe I have that equipped on her right now. So after, you know, she drops her special, she is not going to lose half of her strength. So that's the way that I have it. You can get around that. You can obviously get around that multiple ways. So it's not the biggest deal breaker ever. Also, when she's fully built, after she recovers from that, she does get a plus 35% strength buff. So, yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of like a thorn you have to deal with, but it does end up giving you a nice little buff after you deal with it, right? And it can just be overcome by a piece of gear that you can get. It is a Trustmaster off of freaking UR arc, but I think there's other items that will do the same thing. We'll have to see. The point is, I've managed to get around it. So, like Alice, she has Slayer mode built in. That is awesome, of course. She's had that. She has Ether full release. Use all of your MP to greatly restore the unit's hit points and fully restore your SCT. Okay, so she can restore her SCT, but the new thing is consume all MP to restore 100% of the unit's special gauge once per quest, excludes arena. So we're gonna obviously save all this for the boss at the end, or they can crush her because mine is very squishy. But pretty much what this is just like we've had full ether release. This is just like apple pie. That's what this is, right? So she's gonna have that too. She has apple pie built in, okay? And then she also has an S4 charge built in, right? It's kind of this, it works the same way as the apple pie. You're gonna consume all of your MP, and you're gonna restore 100% of your special gauge. So you charge your S4 instantly, right? This other one's going to let you, you're going to use MP to greatly restore your unit's hit points and fully restore unit's SCT. This one's really all about the SCT. This is going to let you charge your kit. This is going to let you charge your S4. Why is this important for her? Well, because for this girl to proc her full special S4 damage, she has to sacrifice at least 8 of her abilities. So you want her kit to be charged when she throws her S4, because her damage cap will go up, her damage will go up. She will do substantially more AoE damage to everyone and everything. So I just kind of wanted to get that out of the way, right? And obviously you would like to be in Slayer mode too, all right? Because when you're in Slayer mode, you have SCT recovery speed plus 15%, and your skill and special do plus 35% damage, right? You're sacrificing a little bit of your health to do this, but that doesn't really matter because you're proud forcing, you're doing damage, you're healing. So it's totally worth it. You want to be in Slayer mode when you drop your special, okay? So that's pretty much how this character is going to work. She also has a stack built in. She is stacking along the way when she's killing enemies. Like, she gets a little bit more damage and a little bit more damage cap. And I think that only resets when she actually dies. I could be wrong on that. If I'm wrong about any of this, somebody could correct me. Please let me know. This is just off the top of my head. So yeah, first of all, let's just see how her kit actually runs. She has pretty great synergy. Look at this basic attack, yo. Like, that basic attack is like an old school S1. So that's pretty cool. She's got great reach with these little strikes she does. Here's her S1. Her S1, I do kind of like it. It's quick, it moves her around. That's her S2, she shoots a laser. Look how quick she is. S3, she can get behind people, I've noticed. Like, obviously right there, she goes through everybody, does damage to them, and ends up behind them. So, and look, we have the S4 charged already. Now, if we throw it right now, we only have 5 skills to sacrifice. 6 now. 7. So 8. We want to be at 8. 3 and 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8, right? So we have 8 of our kit to sacrifice. So now we can use our S4 and do maximum damage. Well, not yet, actually. We need to be in Slayer mode. So hopefully it'll leave us one of our abilities. Yeah, we'll go into Slayer mode. And we'll just drop our S4. This is what this girl's all about. Awesome AoE damage. This one's only hitting for, 30,000 something, but it's 36. Yeah, 36,000. I'm sure I can work on that. I don't have her paid weapon either. That would be some more to her damage cap right there. So, oh no, we are at the boss wave now. We wasted our S4. It is cool that she has, she has these built in. You know what I mean? Let's just play around with her kit for a little bit because I did showcase her S4. Right, I did not put, what didn't I put on her? Any way to get MP back. I think she has like fast magic circles or something like that. So let's try to use our kit to actually deal with this mage. I believe the S2 is like her gun. She shoots, yep, there it goes. And then, uh-oh, that's not good. They stun me. Well, I guess we can showcase the downside of her too. She is very glass cannon. At least mine is. No auto potion on this girl. We did manage to get out of there, dropped an S3. S1, they can interrupt it. The robot can interrupt me. So I want to run, I want to hit and run. And now we have our S4 charged all over again. She's doing pretty good damage, right? So we have our special charged. Let's just go ahead and go into Slayer mode. Alright, we managed to go into it. Thank you. I do have this girl's accessory. And that accessory, it does let her crit with her S4. So that is the one that I went with over the sword. And right there at the very end, you see she turns red. Right when she comes out of the transformation, she turns red. And that is when you would get a status down. You would get minus 50% strength. It's not showing up on mine. Her strength is staying at 29, 28. I do have a decrease to mine right now, but it's probably just being broken from the fight. So that is what I was talking about. Oh. You know what? We can just charge our S4 again, right? Because this girl can do that. So awesome. We did sacrifice all of our MP though, so this needs to get it done. This time though, we're only doing 20,000 damage back. Why? Because we did not sacrifice any of her kit. Alright, remember you have to sacrifice 8 of your ability kit to pull that off. Uh-oh. This guy can interrupt her pretty well. I think we're still going to be able to find a way though. So it would have went a long way for me to like run around and try to actually charge my kit before dropping the S4 and doing a lot more damage to this thing, but I just wanted to deal with the mage. And then we can use some hit and run tactics on something like this. Showcase her range a little bit. S2, get some distance, right? S1. Oh, she should have ran. She doesn't necessarily have to take things head on. She kind of evaded for a little bit. Not doing too bad either. We'll charge our S4 again anyway. Oh no! I got greedy. I don't know. Maybe he won't be able to finish us off. I don't have anything to help her recover quicker, unfortunately. And we did use that summon up already. But the good news is, there we go. The good news is I think we have a bunch of our kit to sacrifice, so our damage should be increased a little bit. Also, the damage goes up when you only have one target left. So he's getting damage reduction the whole time anyway, but she did do better damage there at the end, I guess. That's the other cool thing about her S4 is I think it's AoE, but it's gonna do more damage if it's less targets. So when it's down to just one nasty boss at the end, I do believe you're doing more damage against a single target. So that is very cool for her S4. So we'll actually look over that. Fairly easy to get through God mode, like if I wasn't dicking around here trying to show off how her kit works, but I think it played out alright. You got a pretty good idea of what we're getting here. To me, it feels like a really overhauled and reworked version of her original form. So yeah, this girl's going to be killing it with light, especially with that special of hers, and she's going to have access to that special of hers all the time. You guys saw it. It charges quick, and you can apple pie it, right? You know, and this is right out of the box. We'll take a look at mine. Of course she had to like just show up out of the blue instead of her arc. No, I am pretty damn happy that I got her to play with. She's gonna be a little bit weak to electricity, big surprise. Some resistance to light and dark, always nice to have, especially at 25% to dark. This is just what mine has right now too. She's level 62. It was nice to, you know, just use one of these gold potions. I actually had 2 of those, and I could still save my rainbow potion. That is because my light element is not in dire need on this account, so I might as well save the rainbow potion for something I feel like I really need to build that will greatly, or at least strengthen my account. So that's what I'm saving that for. We have 106 out of 108 out of her kit, right? And her ward, that is nice. Special damage plus 1%. That's going to help her a lot too. And any hero whose S4 you fancy, that is going to empower it by 1%. It's very nice. So let's see, what are we missing here? Oh, a little bit more MP is definitely not going to hurt this girl. Look at that, even missed a few things along the way. That's how big of a hurry I was in. Has some amazing abilities here. But really, we want to look at them traits, right? We have Ether Reactor. When defeating an enemy, physical damage cap plus 400. Special gauge plus 5%. So her special is charging more from eating off little enemies. Max physical damage cap plus 4,000. Fill rate doesn't reset each wave. That means you can power up off of enemies you kill, and it'll go from wave to wave into the boss wave. When using special, here we go, boost special power based on how few enemies there are. Max damage plus 50% damage cap plus another 5,000. Okay, so that is nice. You're doing AoE damage, but if there's only one thing that you're doing damage to, you can do more to it with your AoE. That's awesome. That works very well for a character that really relies on doing S4 damage. And then she has Ether Wing. When 2 of either sword, machine, or spear are equipped, physical attack damage plus 25%, damage cap 2,500, physical damage taken minus 25%. When attacked, chance to cut the physical damage taken effect by 0.05, resets each wave. So she has like a shield up, but when she uses it, there's a small chance that some of it chips away. That's the way I'm kind of reading it. That will reset, so I guess they thought that just giving her 25% damage reduction at all times was a little too much. I don't know. They wanted to be squishy-ish, right? She is a freaking Terminator, though. And look how good the sprite looks. I gotta say, she looks absolutely effing phenomenal. Let's not kid ourselves here. She just looks badass with those little, whatever those little wing things are. Everything just looks sweet. The sword's hanging off of her. The wing, she just looks gnarly. She looks scary fast. She looks roguelike. She looks like she could just fly by you and cut you in half. And I like that. So they did a great job, of course. I am not complaining. I'm just like kind of shocked at, like, really? Alice? But yeah, so you guys saw her. You guys see how she plays. She's got a pretty decent kit. She can, go through the enemy, do some damage to them with that S1. Let's see. You do get to instantly close the gap, so she has that built in. That S1 will get you, across the screen over to whatever you're targeting. So that is nice to have that built into an S1, the instantly close the gap part. It's a medium area light combo attack. We did say she's doing light, right? The S2 is her ranged attack. This is a medium area long range light attack around target. So you're going to get to nuke something, right? And whatever you hit, stuff around it's going to get hit too, right? This thing's pretty nice, I'm not going to lie, especially for when you need to stay away from your target and try to do some damage. This might be nice in arena because you can nuke the team on the other side, right? And then we have the S3, EV D-Force. Charge and deal a medium area light combo attack that launches enemies into the air. I don't really know how much she's going to get out of Sky High and all of that, but you do have something that throws people up in the air. That's going to be nice for Arena too, because that's a way to interrupt somebody. Okay, if somebody's casting, well, go cast in the air, right? So it's nice to be able to hurt somebody's party and then grab their healer and toss them into the air, so that some of your enemy's team can actually die before that healer can God heal everybody or whatever they're trying to do. So that's pretty cool. And then obviously the creme de effing creme, what everyone's here for, is this girl's S4. LE Genesis. Powerful light combo attack to all enemies. Damage cap plus 1,000. Ooh. And it gives the unit a strength minus 50% debuff. This is what we're talking about, how we're overcoming that with gear. You can also dispel it pretty much. Alright, but that's her S4. The damage cap doesn't look monster on it. It's plus 1,000. But that's just because mine is not woke at all. You're still getting that full 50% break to your stats though, or to your strength. So, like I said, here's the equipment. No big deal because I do have the Archbeing's Edric helm. Whatever that thing is. It is a 7-star helm. Physical light attack damage plus 10%, so that's nice for her. And nullify strength / defense debuffs from active skills. Excludes some debuffs, but not this one, because this is a debuff from your own damn self, and you're like hurting yourself with it. This is going to let you ignore that, so she does not have to suffer the penalty from the 50% break to her strength as long as you have this. And it's not a bad item for her, right, because it does have 89 attack and it does have some MP and some defense. It is a 7-star piece of accessory. And here's her paid item. Skill 1 damage cap plus 2,000, 71 attack, 43 defense, 57 mind. It's going to give her the damage cap and then chance for special to deal critical damage. So it's going to let your special, your S4, it's going to let it crit. That is the big reason why I got this. Because her special is so effing special, right? The other paid item that she has is a sword that's going to just give her like, I don't know, 1,500 to damage cap or 2,000 to damage cap, something like that. She's always just going to have that. But obviously I wanted to be able to crit with the S4, so I got this thing. And the skill 1 damage cap is not bad either. So, I don't know. I am like fully 25 of the creds off from getting her her paid sword. So I don't know if I really want to do that. I think she'll be just fine. I have plenty of swords and weapons that I can put on her. And of course, she is rocking just some kind of pistol. I didn't even put Trisla pistol on her, right? Like I'm running her kind of fair right now. I'm giving things a chance to have some resistance to me, and I'm just going to go through and cream everything with her. And then I will equip the Trisla pistol and run her like that, which will just be so nasty. But so far, I'm still building on her. Want to teach her a few things, and I want to run her around a little bit. And then, I don't know, when I start benchmarking, I will definitely be uploading some stuff. So best of luck to everybody out there. I hope you pulled her on the first pull. If you didn't, don't stress about it too bad if you got melee and roll-in. Light is pretty well taken care of right now in Last Cloudia, but if you are a huge fan of Alice, you can rejoice. And if you are a huge fan of dropping specials, especially Alice's special, you can rejoice because they've done a great job here. And yeah, I'll see y'all out there. Peace, everybody.